So, the conspiracy theorists have to resort to government published documents. And if this exercise is any validation that the intelligence agencies are just put in place to cover shit up and mock people for telling the truth, I think this email is a good indication of that. So let's just start here. Subject: regarding USA versus Jeffrey Epstein, Esquire, and related matters, obstruction by way of geospatial brain-computer interface screws using a form of a lottery, by way of Wikipedia definition pages and what is a way for those connected to the case, such as MOB rule, and the mafia to obstruct the entire case using G-Israel Bayesian beta matrix link systems, that is a forward systems, in a way to damage evidence by connecting it to Wikipedia and then to the LDS Amen Holy See system that is powered by your DNA score and using nuclear proliferation. What the fuck are we even reading right now? Wendy, you should know that they're using other covert methods such as connections to the victim's community and what some would classify as clean entities. They're connected to iconic brands and their resellers, Precious Life Shelter and Thrift in Los Alamitos, California. Motivation by Chris and John Mott, based out of Colorado, and infiltrating all things, including their churches, so as to stop their victims from gaining Fed and law enforcement support. It's a mafia money racketeering system. They're trying to destroy my very name and presence. They're using Facebook and Facebook artificial intelligence. We know it's all fake and gay. Systems that once the page is clicked upon, they insert a Chinese star that destroys everything in your life and cell phone. It is also a form of hate for countries such as Israel, although the system is G-Israeli, called GADNID, Waxy, or something like that. They're also using the Cypress 24-hour fitness and their large TV screens and TV screens everywhere to watch people, and have been known to call it an internet camp. That's cute. So that I've been asking about frisbees at the re-education camps for years. Oh, not internet, internment camp. Oh, well, still doesn't answer my frisbee question. They hacked the data systems at the 24-hour fitness and have some... No way. Wow, that sounds fancy. And have some of their team members they call regime members. They're casing the place, stirring chaos and trouble for their victims in the community as other layer of hate and hush strategy. Wow, that sounds a lot like organized stalking. What a coincidence. There are approximately 7 of them there. They're using a man to hack as well, and he's connected to this group of men and to Chris John Mott of Motivation, and his name is Christopher McCarthy, who resides at 2972 Salmon Avenue, Los Alamitos, California. You will want to investigate Mr. McCarthy, as this man will shed light on what I'm telling you, and you will have access to political figures and otherwise involved in your case. They use second layer of defense systems such as anonymous regime hackers and relativity systems that are a form of prediction system. Holy shit. I mean, I'm just so glad it's in black and white for you guys to read and hear. Form of prediction system and a world cruise control similar to Moroccan, Jordan, British monarchy systems. Sounds pretty fucking gay to me. They're using other systems such as remote neural monitoring system. There it is, guys, right in the Epstein files in black and white. They're using other systems such as remote neural monitoring systems. Who the fuck is investigating Lockheed fucking Martin? To watch and malign and to learn of your next move. They're watching the prosecutors upon very large screens, similar to the movie called Mannix, and then sabotage the evidence and try to limit all those whom are prosecuted. They're perverting justice all over the place, and I'm sharing it with you so that you're aware and that it stops. No fucking kidding. Every law enforcement, fake and gay law enforcement, has been covering this up for years, just like the child trafficking. They're all in on it. It's all of them. Unbelievable. They're calling this a war-fursal federal extersal because they're saying that they want war because some of their families were maligned with cases and malicious felonies. So they hack the court and brains and use the remote neural so as to sabotage cases and evidence. Sincerely, Okisha Austin, who is now a national hero. Awesome. Just for reporting this. Let's keep going. Good morning. I have evidence that may support the cases connected to Jeffrey Epstein and the related matters, all connected to a dirty group of people that I came into contact with in a natural way of employment at Del Richardson and Associates, right? That's how they do it. You never know. You never know. With my former boss being Delbra Richardson Price, the biological aunt of Russell Simmons of Def Comedy Jam, and his connections to some such as Michael M.J. Gottlieb of Hustle Branding in New York, a.k.a. Surge Branding Partners, 33 Voices, located in San Diego, California, Soul Cycle in New York, Serum Radio, and New York Shark Tank. And to Damon John of Shark Tank, when I personally selected and then invited to a VIP event that I later discover as being a private book signing of Damon's Power of Broke book, vis-a-vis A Scavenger Hunt. They selected mostly everyone from their personal Facebook pages, then requested their URLs and built an algorithm from this, linking it to a racketeering system for money, and encoded your page, cell phone, laptops, cable TV systems with the same algorithm to spy and learn of your innovations, inventions, and then order magazines in your name using their personal credit cards and unlimited ads on YouTube and Pandora Radio to hide their crimes. They're also gaining support to hide their crimes from dirty people connected to the courts covertly, believe it or not, such as probation officers whom are married to those at ICE and abroad, acting in the capacity of the anonymous hackers regime, violating their very public oaths for money and Hollywood and political access. They're depositing phishing cookies and spyware inside your Google Gmail accounts against all of those whom are their victims, such as I, Okisha Austin, and then steering trouble using the relative systems and Wikipedia definition pages, all powered by Bayesian relativity system that is a form of a lottery payment system by mob rule. What is going on right now? I worked at the Swamp, or a version thereof, whereby they conduct unlawful political stirs, yet what is domestic terrorism, and worked for $21 an hour as a single mother. God bless this woman. Good job for speaking out. and a Republican whom is also a Christian and was sexually harassed while working. This entire office is somehow connected to your case and to that of Sheriff Mike Corona, whom I met once in a very organic way without providing any contact data. It turns out that Damon John and his co-conspirators were caught stealing and stalking. Oh, what a fucking coincidence. And using the algorithm to turn people like myself into their personal fish tanks. Wow, this all sounds so familiar, guys. So that they could steal from them after attending their free events and then set in motion what they're calling a power shift using Damon John's new book, tour, and what is very connected to the Wikipedia page lottery system they call a social justice movement, but what is a way for those connected to your case to overcome their charges in a Stitch Fix prosecutor's conviction oversight using Freemason and Illuminati and the mob rule, all connected covertly to dirty members of the court with intentions of passing their charges to another or having the prosecutor look the other way. They're calling law enforcement against me after having been caught in the act of stealing and using the system and telling them lies to obstruct my entire life. Block employment opportunities in all aspects. That's familiar, guys, as I'm seeking in a position as a right-of-way agent and project manager in construction. They're using politicians from California and their underground highway to shift and purge members of Congress and the federal and state courts and politicians. Guys, this is the same story on repeat because these are the tactics that they use, right? And we're talking about remote neural monitoring, okay? And stalking, harassment, right? So this is the playbook. This is what they do. This is how they manipulate control. And obviously we're talking about the courts here too. I'm sorry that I'm reading a little bit slow and choppy. The writing, as you can see, is very small, and it's just taking me a little longer, and I appreciate your patience. This is critical information for everyone to understand the technology, the tactics, and that this is happening and has been happening. You saw the date on this email. This is from 2020. We've been reporting it for a lot longer. There's information about the technology also in the Epstein files and everywhere else. I mean, again, you don't have to just look here in these dumps, but this is kind of a network that ties a lot of crimes together. So let's press on. You should know that my former boss knows Barack Obama and what... Fucking Captain Biosurveillance right there. Hot dogs and biosurveillance. Fuck that guy. And was, per her mention, the only person allowed into Cuba during banned no-fly zone. So they have very significant connections, yet are con artists at DRA Inc. They're seeking a ton of bounty fees through this unlawful social justice tour by Damon John, by geo-targeting, obstructing cases, playing Dog the Bounty Hunter, and being very malicious, deciding, and playing God as, that's why it's called Voice of God technology, as to whom should live and whose name should be cleared. DRA Inc. is also very connected to Ponzi family schemes such as the Rothschild family, as their attorneys have defended the Rothschild family and Astors and Bronson, which makes it hard, I'm sure, to prosecute all involved. Yet, this time they're stalking and stealing from a very innocent person such as I, Okisha L. Austin, as I don't know any of them personally. I'm being stalked by people, and they have me on very unlawful geospatial radiohead that is a form of geo-targeting system connected to a platform similar to LinkedIn. Guys, I've been permabanned from LinkedIn, right, and Twitter for years and years, and they really just don't want the truth out about this stuff. Are you listening to what she's saying about being stalked? Geo-targeting system? Yeah, and hi, Sabrina Wallace. Targeting is real. Let's see. So LinkedIn, and then to a magnetized system they call Federal External Fursal that I was told was a G Israeli Bayesian link system pulling certain people towards the dragnet based upon what they insert into the system. So again, Apex Systems needs to be put under the microscope. Rob McGuckin, Ram Blazer, Lockheed Martin, all of Apex Systems need to be investigated for organized stalking and EMF weapons. Yeah, who's been saying that for a decade? Some of the names of the cases, fucking mental health issues, right? Conspiracy theories, right? Oh my gosh. Some of the names of the cases and surnames that may be linked are as follows. All right, I don't want to go through and read all those. Disneyland. Maybe I do want to read some of these. I don't know. Looks like they mention Obama. Let's see. They will steal from you, anonymize you, tell you all their secrets. Excuse me, that's the cat. You anonymize you and tell you all of their secrets so as to try to implicate you for their crimes, and then claim they have to get rid of you and your family as you know too much. Not very bright people at all, as cases are public record, and if you're smart enough, you'll reach out to report this matter, as it's all fraud. They're involved in no matter what title they all hold. And that's exactly right, because let's see, let me just keep going. Please report this to the prosecutor or the actual prosecutor and federal FBI agents assigned to Epstein and related matters, and report this to CIA. Yeah, exactly. And so this is why you hear me complaining, because this is exactly what I was reporting, right, to the state of Connecticut, the FBI, the CIA, Lamont, Tong, local police, state police, the United States Attorney's Office out of New Haven. I mean, you name it, guys, and I reported it, and here it is. You see it in writing, and I said very clearly to investigate Lockheed Martin and electromagnetic frequency weapons, and my former employer, Apex Systems, and Rob McGuckin and Ram Blazer for connections to EMF weapons. Anyone who wants to pretend that they care about this country, they care about our veterans. Karen Melton Stewart is a veteran, a 28-year NSA veteran who's been incapacitated, potentially by these weapons. And she spoke out for us. Many times she spoke out for us. So shout out to the targets. Shout out to everyone who has persistently dug in to find the truth, right? All the targeted individuals, and fuck that gay name they gave us, like this technology is wrong. It was wrong of them to play God. It was wrong of them to traffic children. It was wrong of them to hack into our DNA. And that's why this is so wrong. And I made a video about it in the last 24 hours, that these kids cannot speak up for themselves, and we have a responsibility to speak up and out for them. And so that's what everyone's going to do. It's non-negotiable. We will have the conversation. We will have transparency around all of this, because all of this is wrong. And nobody wants our kids to grow up in this kind of world where pedophiles run everything. I promise you.